Hey guys, so now that you may have a room and you've picked the town you kind of like and want to stay in, and you've been spending a lot of time mining, you have a bunch of resources you've shoved into your room that you're renting for a little bit, you may be approaching the end of the road in your class. For now, you will have to go back and do some more leveling up later down the road, especially if you want to own a fiefdom. But you may be finally getting up there in the levels. So, see Embers of Thalia here. She's been doing some wood cutting. She's been wood cutting for a couple days now, and we'll say, for example, now she's starting to master rank. So she's got to level 250 in her class. She'll have some fancy name like Dendrologist, which is a scientist who studies woody plants. And she will be the top tier, the top of the top in her class. Now, there may be other players that have higher ranks or higher levels than her, but she is the farthest specified, like specific rank up that she can go. All of our top of the row classes are names regarding to the scientist or somebody who's like specifically focuses on your field. The mixed ranks are kind of not as creative and not as original because it's really hard. What do you call somebody who's like a gardener and a miner? So we tried to make them with like somebody, you know, if you're a miner and you're gardener, you probably have big underground farms, stuff like that. So we tried to work them in that way. But once you have mastered 250 levels in, say, Lumberjack, it's time to pick a new class. You don't actually get to pick a new class. That's probably not the best way to say it. You just get to move on to the next class because our classes work in a circle because it makes it really easy for the mods and for the permissions file if everything goes in one direction. So miners go to Lumberjack. Lumberjacks go to gardeners. Gardeners go to miners. So if you can imagine that triangle that I'm probably putting on the screen right now, overlaying so you can kind of see it flows. So if you are a miner and you master mining, you go to woodcutting. If you're woodcutting and you master woodcutting, you go to gardener. So if you're a miner lumberjack, that means you go to gardener next. And if you're just a lumberjack gardener, you go to mining. It works that way until you hit all three classes, in which case you're a fancy dark blue name, like you see Kit Kat is there, and Davis. He's actually an industrialist. That's the highest rank you can get without actually owning a town or hitting 500 in all of the ranks. So besides that, once you get to level 250, you have considered to have mastered your class. Now the next part is where it gets a little bit tricky. You have to, in a sense, purchase and show you are worthy enough to get to the next class, and that's where vanilla XP comes in. I should probably show this in survival mode here. So you can see I have 2 levels of XP. This is the XP you use to enchant things. Think about it that way. It's not, don't get confused with your MCMMO experience that you earn. But the vanilla experience down there in the bottom, that little bar that you use to enchant and repair, you need 30 levels of that, and then you pay that to a moderator, and then you get your new class. We used to have it as 50, but 50 was a little bit high. I think 30 is a little bit too low. I'd rather it be high than low because some people it's impossible for them to ever get 50 levels, so it's kind of really keeps it down in lower numbers for the people that are moving on, but you know, that's not fun and fair, so it's 30. But go get 30 levels, and you can only get levels on this server from hunting mobs. We have that so that it's fair for everybody because mobs run the server and everybody has access to fight mobs however they want. So you see that you won't get it from smelting materials or from mining or from cooking food because that would be unfair to other classes if you could get a ton of experience doing that. And because it's hard to get it from just farming monsters. Mob farms aren't allowed. We have a whole half dozen plugins to disable some of the features that prevent mob farming. A couple of them are a little bit, you know, they're getting worked on. Zerthic's patching it all up. But you will basically not be allowed to get mobs, but actually going out at night and watching them spawn. As we watch little... Oh, and Kit Kat got some experience. So you guys play Minecraft, you know how to get experience, you know what it's all about. So get 30, and then once you get 30 experience, before you die with it, and you have 250 levels in your class, contact a moderator, and a moderator will manually have to rank you and put you in the new class. You'll get your new colored rank, you'll get access to all those new things, and then you start, just like you did with the other class, with the wooden tools at level 0, working to 20, 100, and then 250. Okay, I think that's it for this tutorial. I hope I covered everything. For more detailed information on what you would lock at different ranks, please see the links down below to go see our forums page. Next up, we're going to be talking about the couple hidden classes, specifically the swords and archery and the fishing class, to talk about why you should be ranking up with them, what you can get from them, and what they're all about. We'll have everybody on the server real quick say bye to YouTube because they're always asking me if I'm recording. We have a handful of players on for late at night all around the rest of the world. And we'll let everybody say bye, adios, yay, moo. Okay, bye. Bye, Mazarin. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you later. See ya.